It is Fox News 1280 KDOX, Weird Talk Radio. My name is Jeremy Wayne. I do this little program every day up until noon, so they give me a whole hour. Why? Because that's all the man will give me. My guest today is one of my best friends in the whole wide world. We worked together for several years at a music station, and I was actually the one who put together his very first demo tape. And we met each other through a mutual friend that also worked at the music station. His name is Jason Hennessy. He is now with EversparkInteractive.com, and you're an SEO expert now after you've done a wide range of different things.
You wonder, like, how did I go from a radio personality to SEO expert?
And what does SEO stand for?
SEO is basically, it stands for Search Engine Optimization.
Search Engine Optimization.
So what that means is basically manipulating the Google algorithm and getting websites to rank at the top of the search engines.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the big things to help companies, because the internet, I think it's here to stay.
It is. It's actually, it's interesting, and I don't understand how some small business owners don't really just get the fact that search engine optimization is that important, because you're finding people exactly when they are searching for your product or service. So if let's just say, for instance, a lawyer here in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody got a DUI in Las Vegas,
that never happens here.
Never. So, but just in the event, like hypothetically speaking, if somebody did get a DUI in Las Vegas, what would happen is, somebody would type in on Google, because nobody uses those yellow pages anymore.
I use Yahoo. I'm a Yahoo man.
You're a Yahoo junkie.
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, there's Yahoo, there's Bing, there's Alphabet, all those ones.
But you're going with Google.
Well, no, we do it all. We do everything from Yahoo, AOL, Google. I mean, they're all connected,
Right.
So it's the same kind of strategy that's used. So if somebody's actually searching for a DUI lawyer in Las Vegas, what happens is they actually just type it in Yahoo or Google, and sure enough, the companies that come up at first, I mean, how often do you click on page 2 of Google or Yahoo to find? Never. Right? So that's what we do, is we keep our companies at the top of Google, preferably in the first 3 positions.
And EversparkInteractive.com is your company that you work for, where you're an SEO expert. That's based in Georgia right now.
It is. But, we work with companies everywhere. Like, we work with a company out in New York. He's #1 on Google for New York DUI lawyer. We work, actually, this is pretty incredible. There's a term called online poker. Have you heard of that one?
No, I've never heard of that either. I only give my money to the poker rooms here in Las Vegas.
So online poker is for all those people that don't have the luxury of walking into a place like the Mandalay Bay or something, and they go and they play online poker. Well, there's a company that we do the optimization for that actually ranks at the top of Google for the keyword online poker. And this company, take a quick guess on how much you think a site that ranks on the first page of Google for online poker makes in a day. In just one day.
And they're just doing online poker?
Just online poker.
$10 million.
$10 million in a day. Close.
There's a lot of people gambling.
Almost. Actually, believe it or not, they make about $200,000 a day.
Oh, that's not enough. That's never enough.
So that's what we do. We keep them at the top of the search engines. And that's a very competitive term. But when you're talking about like a Las Vegas dentist or things like that, like most small businesses out here, it's important to make sure that you have a strategy in place so that when people are looking for you, they find you.
Now, you're not just looking for huge businesses, Fortune 500 companies. You'll do this for mom and pop websites as well, if they just have a local shop in town anywhere in the country.
It is, and it's funny, like and we don't do any kind of advertising or anything ourselves. It's just a lot of stuff comes to us.
So you don't rank if you type in that onto Google?
Well, I do. If you type in SEO expert on Google, you'll see that my website is the weddingseoblog.com, and the reason why it's wedding is kind of because that's kind of how I got my niche. And
right.
You know that.
We'll discuss all that. We'll discuss all that coming up. Well, that's very cool, Jason. Yeah, I met Jason at a music station, and he came in and he wanted to be on the radio. He was doing wedding DJing for years and years on end, and he owned his own company called DJ's Entertainment out here in Las Vegas. And then he comes in, and we had a mutual friend, Chris Carson, And he said, could you put together a demo tape for this guy? So I put it together. And what did I say to Chris Carson after I put it together?
He said, he doesn't know. Can you do bleeps? Or,
no bleeps.
No bleeps. Right. He says, he doesn't know what the bleep he's doing. And sure enough, I didn't. I think I was what? I think we were like 22 years old at
22,
that time,
yeah.
right?
At that time, we were about 22 years old. You're 32 now. I'm 31, almost 32 in a few more months.
Yeah.
We're just months behind each other. And everybody always tells us how much we look alike, how we could be brothers.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think you really resemble the late DJ AM. I don't know if you've ever gotten that before. I think you.
I've never heard that. You're the first one that's
You might
told me
have
that.
to Google that.
Oh, is that what I got to do? Google. And then you also owned your own wedding DJ company, and then you sold that and moved out to Georgia to work for EversparkInteractive.com.
Yeah, it's a site it's a company that I own with 3 other business partners, and we're a pretty good force together. One of the girls, her name's Jane Halleck. She used to work for Larry King and CNN. She was a journalist there, so she does a lot of our content. Then her husband Dave Halleck works with us, and he does a lot of the technical stuff. And then there's Chris Watson, and then Alex. Alex is also he's our video guru. Awesome, man. He's awesome. So good. We have a good team. There's like 5 of us. Small company.
So what brought you out to Vegas other than being on this radio show?
Well, I took my wife away from her family, and it's funny because after coming back to Vegas,
you've lived here for years. I mean, you were in the military, you were in the Air Force stationed at Nellis. You got out of the military and decided to just set up shop here in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. I did. It's I ended up staying out here. I built a very successful DJ company at the age of 19. Got it to be one of the biggest in the entire Las Vegas. I mean, and then when I sold it, I think we had like 19 sound systems. So the company grew pretty quick. But it's funny because when I lived in Georgia after a year, almost 2 years now, man, time flies, huh?
What's the biggest difference you've seen between Georgia and here?
It is. It's. The biggest difference is trees. It is because you
green.
You drive on the freeway out there, and there's big oak trees, and it's it's beautiful. And then when you come here, it's just like you can tell how much this really is a desert. It's interesting.
369-1280 is the number. Your wife's family lives out here, and your wife is kind of to the left. I've known your wife Bridget for years, and she is a hardcore Democrat. You are a conservative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's challenging. It's got the Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of relationship.
And so, I wanted to have you on the show, and let's just let you rip on some of the things that are going on, because for so many years we were always told in music radio, don't talk to each other so much. Well, guess what? Now we have to.
Yeah.
It's my show. Nobody's going to tell me differently.
It may be loud, and it may bite, but it's just an opinion.
Fox News 1280.
KDOX.
We're Talk Radio.
Let's talk to James right now. You're on Fox News 1280 KDOX.
Good afternoon there, Jeremy and Jason. Hey, check this out. You was talking about the SEO thing and how because I do a lot of search engine stuff looking for car parts. I got 11 vehicles. I'm always looking for something. And I noticed also, like the old phone books used to be, if it was AAA, that was in the beginning, and that's kind of a lot of people like, to be like that in the phone book. But how does that work? How do you make that number one on that first page?
Well, basically, you have to have a page that is relevant to the subject matter at hand. So if you're selling auto parts, you want to make sure that the site is about auto parts. But the main thing about the search engines is links is what is the currency on the web, whereas money is the currency in the world, right? So links is the currency on the web. So the bottom line is you want to get more people to link back to your website using the keyword like auto parts with the blue underline link pointing back to your website. So it's like a vote of confidence. That's how that works. So
if I put in 396 oil pan, is it going to pop up? You're going to make sure that is in somewhere in their wording so that it'll link to that, or
yeah, you want to get that keyword. You want to get 10,000 websites to link back to your website using that keyword. And we're getting technical here, but that's basically what it is. Basically Google, it's just like a vote. It's a vote of confidence. So the more votes that you can get, the better that you will rank. So
it was just kind of vague, and I was thinking, how the hell does he get that in there? Are they paying him to hack in there and put him in the front, or I don't know what they're going. Hey man, you got a good friend there. I like this dude. I try to listen to him every day. He's smart, man. You guys, are good to go. But
Thanks, James. Yeah,
take it easy.
Jason is actually the Tom Cruise of the internet.
KDOX.
We're Talk Radio.
Fox News 1280.
KDOX.
Henderson, Las Vegas.